for having me, by the way.
You so decent. Oh, we're live now.
Am
Oh,
I, what am I indecent?
pleasant good afternoon.
Unconscious?
Good evening, everyone. I don't know how much y'all heard, but we went from me having a mental breakdown
Mm-hmm.
to Johnny being, I'm accusing Shawnee of being a narcissist,
Hmm.
to Houston off wondering if we could hear him. So, looking out, it has been a hell of a week. And it's been a hell of a week. I think like when we meet back up, honestly, I don't know about y'all, but it's almost as though like I live but I know about y'all, but like about 20 lifetimes in 1 week. Y'all don't be
Yes.
like that?
All kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
happened.
All the time.
Yeah. So before we get right into the little things, I saw all kind of things happening. So I know that this is really a relationship show, but did y'all see that woman got sentenced to 9 years in Russia?
Yeah.
Listen. Y'all might say something, say whatever you want to say about Trump, but I don't think under Trump, Russia's going to set us
No,
straight.
because he was friends with old boy.
Well, whatever the case may be, he would have been out.
I think people keep thinking that's a crime situation. That's actually political beef. And she caught up in the crossfire of that. I don't understand why people don't get that. That have
Yeah,
nothing to do
exactly.
with her. That's a political
Yeah,
beef.
exactly.
And Russia want that. Russia will put her for 20 years if they could. They want
No.
to.
But what I'm saying is, this is where you go behind the scenes and try to trade one of the Russian prisoners for your American citizen or something.
And
That's
and
what
and, and
happened.
which Simpson movie y'all was watching when y'all think homeboy can take someone who was in prison in the US for he don't care about them.
No, not at
The
all.
US the
Or
US
or
politically
or
empathetic and homeboy's not.
what you could do is remove sanctions on something, because we had them on the heavy sanctions. We could remove a sanction to get back our something.
You remove the sanction and they know you weak.
Yeah.
So
She's gonna
Time for
just
you to
spend 9
the
years.
whole girl that suffered for 9 months.
either way the states go, they lock. Remove sanction then. You remove it.
Yeah, yeah. So
See your boy. I think it was under Trump. I don't think. I don't know, Trump don't play with them, boy.
well, Trump is crazy, but anyhow. But
Sometimes you have to hide your hands. I think they publicly cry too much about that situation. I think if
so
they had I know she was gone for at least 5 years. People was talking about she coming out. I know she was gone for at least 5 years. You get caught
I
up
was
in
saying
the
five
wrong
years too.
territory.
Really?
Huh?
But see,
I
that's
was thinking it was gonna be 5 years too, but nine
Yeah,
years?
I,
Crazy.
I think 9 years because you keep crying publicly about the
no.
situation.
But
So I
that's
gonna make you holler now. I gonna make
no.
you
Yeah.
But
holler. Since you want to show you crying about this. Sorry, you snuff.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
that's
well
no
then
problem.
let's jump into it because we could be here now. I have two situations that I need the input and we need to discuss here. So now, of course, everybody knows I'm a life coach here. If you didn't know, I'm a life coach. So people message me all the time, asking me for my 5 cents on different things. So one of the things that came up this week was somebody's mate wanted to have a threesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And so the person, I asked them how they felt about it, and so he was like, no, no, I'm not. I don't want to do it. So I asked why. Of course, so he said that he doesn't feel as though couples should do that. That you should do something like that with your partner. What do y'all think? Do you think that it's okay to have a threesome? Like, what's your 5 cents?
you just go first, because I have something to say about that.
Well, to each his own. Each relationship is different. You understand? I have no problem with it, provided that's something that they both agree to. Now, when one person doesn't agree to it or one person's not comfortable with it, then that's where you have your problems. And relationships are based on which each couple and what individuals enjoy doing and agree to. If one person have a problem with it, it don't make no sense going through it. That's my 5 cents on that.
So okay, so you still know if your partner said that she wanted to have providing that you're heterosexual male.
Yes, I
If
am, by the way.
okay,
You make sure you clear it up quick.
this is
No,
20.
no, he
You
I
clear it
mean,
up quick.
this is
Yeah, I have.
2020.
You have to. No assumptions here.
It's it's 2022. What can I say? Okay, so if your female partner says, "Hey, let's have a threesome with another male," are you okay? Ooh, I like
If
that.
if that's what I'm into, if I know the person, yeah, fine. But by the same time, if all of a sudden she just come up to me and she asks me that, I would also be suspicious of that, especially if she know the lifestyle that we were living prior to or prior to that. So it could be good that she's open and honest on one hand, but it could also be very suspicious on the other hand. Because I understand in a lot of situations where as couples are having threesomes and whatever have you, as a cheating was going on prior to that. So if that's what I'm into, fine. I have no problem with that. But I'd also be just very suspicious if she know that we're very open and private in our bedroom, and then she just invites someone to have a threesome with us.
Shawnee, you quiet.
Shawnee, Troy, I wait to hear
Shawnee,
Shawnee.
quiet.
I waiting to hear her.
What do you think?
My only thing is, first of all, I think life was meant to be lived, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is we don't live our life when we're supposed to live our life. So now we then get a little bit older. Now you come talking round a man, but threesome, you supposed to do it when you was in your 20s, girl, in your teens or
Yeah,
something.
that's my point. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And everybody so busy judging one another. And I smile because I know certain things I do, people look down at, but you got to live your life. You
Yeah.
got to live your life. And when
Yeah.
you get to a certain age, hang them things up.
Exactly.
Okay, I agree. I feel like when you're now in this committed relationship, right? Especially if this is a marriage or this long-term relationship, I feel like by that point, at that time, you should already then get all those things out of your
Everything.
system. You know what I mean? Like by then, it's now time for us to kind of move. I mean, I don't know. And then to me, there's sexual. Wait, hold on. Let me put this together. There's sexual sacredness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The sexual sacredness. So to kind of venture into that arena with your partner too, it's a tricky situation. It's a tricky situation. So I don't know.
I had some cats one time, and the person who sold me the cat, she said never feed them meat. And I fed the cats meat because I was spoiling them. I ain't had no child. I give them a little sausage. I give them a little sausage, and I came home from work the next morning. All the garbage was on the floor where they dig all in the house because I already started them on it. That's how they man gonna be on every street on Nassau looking for the threesome partner. Once they didn't start them on one, the man gonna turn every corner in Nassau over week after week looking for something she didn't start them on. Don't start them on that. That's what you're supposed to do at a young age.
No, I don't think, not necessarily. They don't have to be. Well, but for me, my standpoint is if I'm in a committed relationship, we ain't doing no threesome. Right? You can't do a threesome. I don't want to. Something may happen where I don't want to chance my relationship going down because I want to feed a fantasy. It's not that important. I'll make my wife or my significant other my fantasy. I don't need to bring another person into my relationship to make it spicy.
That's real.
This was the male saying that he didn't want to actually. So this was it.
That's what I'm saying. As a man, I don't want to. Especially, we know I ever know how to do it though. I ain't seen no balls jiggling around in my face.
Right, that make no sense. I understand it also depends on how old you are. It also imagine you being married at your age and you having children and you having a threesome at your age. You understand? In your 20s, if you single or something like that and you just dating somebody if you're in a regular relationship, but married with kids, I mean, when you get older, them kind of things, you don't think about them kind of things.
I said be boring, but buddy.
Right, yeah. Well, you know what? And what I've also noticed though is that a lot of times, because Shawnee, Johnny, like say he like lump it in the female and the male and the male thing. But anyway, I'm gonna generalize this. I've noticed too, like sometimes we really want to please our partner, and so we say yes to certain things. But and then somewhere along the line, of course, like Shawnee said, it continues because this person is thinking that you're okay with this. So it is like very important for you to know who you are, what you sign up for, if this is something that you really want to do or not want to do. because then your partner is gonna definitely think this is okay, and they're gonna carry on and continue on. And then when you look, they're like, like Shawnee said, this other door open. Well, I mean, I thought it's okay to have sex. I mean, I thought this, and then it goes on and on and on and on. So it's a thumbs down. Y'all saying?
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs down. Yep, thumbs down for me.
Yeah,
All right. Second thing that I came across. Okay, so all right, so there's a couple. So the man, I love working with men. The men, they be so funny to me. It's so jokey. The man says to me that he feels as though his partner is not supportive. So I said, well, okay, well, why are you saying that your partner is not supportive? So he says that, well, I don't feel like she had my best interest at heart, because I mean, she needed someone to go and paint her house, and instead of she giving me that money, she gone out there and
let me sit up for this. So what happened now? What happened?
Instead of her give him that money, she prefer to go and hire somebody to do the job instead of her hiring him to paint the house. How y'all feel about that?
Let me take this one from here.
Let me go first, please. Let me get a start at this.
Go ahead.
I personally feel that he's displaying feminine traits, because if you have a woman and she needs something done, and it's in my ability to assist her, why not assist her? Why get upset? I cannot. I've never heard this before. I mean,
what do you mean you never heard this before?
I've never heard where she needs something. She need a house paint or something paint, and I'm getting upset because she didn't hire me.
Yes.
Or why would I be getting like?
He said she's not supportive. Before she give him the money to paint the house, she'd rather hire someone to paint the house. I mean, used to know Shawnee where y'all at.
That's wild.
I have mixed reactions to that situation. Now, if you're speaking of a one-time situation, whereas let's just say, for example, Stanya, you want your house paint, right? And you know I paint, but I don't do a good job. And you go to somebody, a professional who you know can do a better job than me. Okay, fine. But you're speaking in general, or you're speaking about a one-time thing, or one particular incident?
Okay, so he does, right? He does things like that. So he said, so I guess at one point he even said, well, I could do it for you, but for this fee. Mm-hmm. So she was not. Johnny, why are you laughing?
Well, will she be providing the paint? Look, I just asked the question.
The was provided every night. Sherwin-Williams paint, fresh coat.
And he sometimes he spends time there as well. He said that before she's not a supportive woman, because before she give him the money, she rather go give the money to somebody else.
Okay, why is she not a supportive woman with respect to him? Is he a responsible individual?
I think she's talking to this. I think she's talking to this one particular incident right now, but the painting of
no.
No, she's a supportive in general.
In general, he says this. He normally will make comments like, "Well, like he's used to women doing things for him. So so if this person isn't, she's not a good woman. She's not a good person. I mean, like, she does stuff, but I guess not to the level where he probably might be used to. So he's saying that he doesn't see her as a good mate. He's actually offended that she is going to pay someone instead of hiring him to mind Shawnee, what your 10 cents is? Because these two look like they can't.
I said, why is she not supportive to him? There has to be a reason why that is like that. He may not be an intelligent, responsible individual. He might not be intelligent and responsible.
No, but hold on. See, what I wanted to define is when he says she's not supportive, in which way? When it comes to spending money on him? Is that what she's talking about?
I guess that's what he mean.
Listen, at the end of the day, as a man, you're supposed to assist your woman. And if okay, I deal with computers and like networks or whatever, right? If you come to me as my woman and say, I need to hook up my router, or I have a lag in the room, I can't get on in the room, I'm not gonna say, listen, I can fix it for you, but you gotta pay me. No, I can say, I mean, here's a solution, because this is what I do. So I will fix your issue as use my woman. So I wouldn't charge you for that. I will come with a solution to fix your issue. Now, to me, that's what we're supposed to do as partners. You might be good at something else. Like Shawnee's a nurse. I might cut my hand and I might, Shawnee, boy, you need to fix it.
Shawnee, how would you feel if your mate told you that?
I'm wondering if they got up out the same bed.
Yeah.
And he used his words to say that. If that's the case, okay, I will hire you. When he writes his invoice, I will be writing my invoice. We will be sliding each other our invoices. Okay? Because since we splitting things down the middle, let's go. Jonathan said that he had feminine ways. I think he has little boy ways. Because when my son does things like water the grass, I have to give him money. You see, and he reminds me, Mommy, remember that thing what I did for you? So all of a sudden, the woman now feels like she's the mommy.
Well, could we put in that point right there? So
yeah.
So hold on. If he's saying he have little boy ways, because when he does little things, he expects money or whatever. We could also say women are little girls because most women almost seems like they want an allowance because they having sex with the man. Could we say girls display little girls' ways too? Because you can't go 2 steps without a woman expecting money for a little thing. Oh, I wash the dishes. He can't do it. He can't give me a bit of money for this. I'm just saying, if you want to be,
women do that, John. Stop talking crap.
They do. Some of them do. Some of them do that.
On my belief, I think there's a difference between women and men. That's just what I believe right now. I know it's 2022, but I believe women and men are different. I believe their roles and relationship are different, and I don't care who believe otherwise. That's where I stand. Okay, so
no, you're correct. You're correct. I agree with it.
We didn't make the rules. These rules was in place.
But the rules now. So be very careful when you want woman to do the same thing as you. You're headed into another type of relationship. You're headed into another type of relationship dynamic when you keep expecting.
My thing is this.
I agree with you. Hold on, let me one point. I agree with you. Hold on, I agree with you. But what I don't want is when the double standards don't benefit you, you complain. Men will accept that and say, okay, that's true. As men, we are different. We will take this on. But don't complain now when the double standards benefit men. That's what I'm saying.
Excuse me, Johnny. That's like saying, okay, you're trying to tell me you're a woman who's a lawyer and you need a law or something with the law. She now says to you, okay, well, if for me
you gotta go pay another lawyer, right? Yeah.
This lawyer fee, my retainer fee.
That's
my point. That's a good point, Sandy.
Did you hear what I said initially? I said as a man, if that's my professional or even not my profession, I think the man's supposed to take care of his woman. I said
exactly.
Take care of the woman with what?
No, in this particular scenario, he's a painter. She needs something to paint. Why charge you
You mentioned before that women or little girls asking men to keep them stuff.
I was going parallel to what you said.
Believe men supposed to take care of women. Which is it?
Hold on, listen to what
you made. We can get that, Shawnee.
She made a point that how when a son does something or do the grass, he or she have to give him a stipend or a couple of dollars, and so that's the little boy action. So I was saying in parallel, women does the same thing. They do 1, 2 things and they expect money. So that could be this little girl action. I'm just saying I was trying to compare the two. That's what I was doing.
I'm scared. I thought to turn into Daydam. I get on Daydam side, man. I tired.
Tanya, let me just make a quick point.
Okay.
I have a problem in general with people being in relationships and they put in percentages or certain unrealistic standards on anybody. You understand what I'm saying? I think that we should have unconditional love and respect for each other, and we shouldn't put a price tag on our love and our respect on what we should do for our partner. While there should be limitations and certain expectations, but I think relationships are becoming unrealistic because what people want or expect in relationship, their partner can't realistically do for them. And I think that that's why we have all these problems in relationships and stuff like that. We need to help and support and uplift one another. Every day I see on Facebook these men against women posts, these men against women posts, and I'm like, guys, let's help each other to improve in relationships. Let's help each other, and let's work on, and each individual should work on themselves. That way, when they meet someone, they would be the better or the best version of themselves, not staggering each other, man. And I hate to see these kind of posts on Facebook, men against women posts.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I did this little a survey, I mean, about 2 weeks ago, right? I had these list of topics of what people were interested in. And the top 5, what came up, it was like, I mean, all kinds of different topics. The top one was that they wanted to know more about healthy relationships, which tells me that we recognize that we're not having healthy relationships as Bahamians. 2, the second one was how to let go of past trauma. 3 was how to trust, learning how to lower the walls and trust your partner, trust people in general. 4 was how to be a better lover. And 5 was simply learning how to forgive.
Right.
Yeah. But you sit now back to what you said. Usually you talking about you don't have to, add up this and count this. Usually the person who ain't doing most of the work can say that. I just letting you know that.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
That's unfair. That's unfair.
But
I just saying.
I have a question.
Go ahead, my brother.
Now, here's a question that was sent to me. Now, oh Lord, I got 2 opinionated women on this panel. The question is, if a woman is the primary breadwinner, listen, if the woman is the primary breadwinner for whatever reason, does the man submit to her? Or
no, he doesn't, Johnny. No, Johnny.
That was a question was sent to me by.
That's a good question. That's a good question. So let me ask you a question. See, for you to ask that question, right? That would mean to suggest that her value or her interest in you is only based on her income.
Monetarily.
So monetarily. Let's visit this little S word now. What does word submission mean? What that mean, first of all? Let me what that is.
Go ahead, Johnny, answer.
Submission, in my opinion, this is not a dictionary definition, but based on biblical, I think it means that you submit under your husband's leadership. Not saying that you are a slave under him, or not saying that you are less than him. It's just that based on biblical, the biblical standpoint, he's the head of the house, and it wasn't based on, I think, monetarily. I think it's just that he's the head of the house, and you submit as the weaker sex, not the less intelligent sex.
Okay, so you're saying then that so once you have a dick and balls, that means that someone should submit because you were born male. That means that automatically
it's ordained that way.
That's so okay, but there are many things in the Bible that I mean up for discussion.
These are the men the Lord was talking about back then.
But Tanya, see, in order to have a fair conversation with respect to that, right, you have to be fair on both ways. See, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, or even prior to the 1950s and 60s, women never had the rights that they had now. So it's a little bit difficult to judge relationships and standards, what's happening now from what happening back then. See, women have demanded equality. Yeah.
But you know why?
Men had a different set of standards too. This side chick thing, this was like disgraceful. It was a different standard.
Multiple women back in the day.
You know how much concubines Solomon had? 700 wives and concubines.
Because your granddaddy them had 2 and 3 set of family. But here's the thing though. These laws came up and all these rights came up because women were being mistreated. And so they had to put things, and the average woman of the 60s and 70s or 30s, 40s and all these years, their husband was, in many ways they were abused. You open your mouth right now, you get let down. I mean, like,
Mhm.
so there are many things that they had to put these things in place because women were getting now, of course. I mean, I think in some cases it gone, I mean, far, far left. But the bottom
Yeah.
line, right? But this is why they had to do these things because
That's
this
it.
is what was happening.
To be
Yeah,
submissive
but
is
I agree. But
is to obey and yield to someone else. When you are submissive, you submit to someone else's will, which is literally you put your own defenses lower than theirs.
But I don't like that obey word. Personally, I feel like submission to me.
You
I
trigger? Does that word trigger you?
yeah, yeah, it does. I don't
oh,
like
by
that
the way,
word. I
Tanya,
prefer
and just because you being submissive to me don't mean that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I don't have to respect you.
That's
Submission
what
and respect
exactly.
and all that go hand in hand. So this means that I
Women,
respect you and I value your opinion just
I
as much
think
as I value you.
Well,
women
see,
tend to
that's why I said
associate.
I feel like okay, submission for me. This is what I choose to believe because see, I gotta go with this little interpretation. I feel like submission for me is trusting that my partner may have our best interests at heart, and I think too. Now, let's be honest. Now, imagine now, okay, see, because we talking about because what you saying is because somebody was born a male that entitled them to rule and all this stuff. Look at the situation I just shared with you all about this man would running on with some bongy and far talking about this woman need to pay him money to go do this. So who he leading? Who he leading?
Hold on,
Yeah.
pause, hold on, just be,
Covering him.
I
and hold on,
Before
and
you switch the topic,
hold on, and everything you can have poor persons who don't have proper leadership skills. That don't. Hold on, we're not saying follow every man. Hold on, we're not saying follow every man. Just like you don't, every woman is not a good mother. Just because
Right.
she's a woman, it don't
Right.
make you a good mother. Just because you're a man, don't automatically says that every man can be a good leader. So as a woman, you need discernment as well on who to follow or who
Now
to
I
submit
agree
to.
with that
That's
But
because
I
what
asked, yeah, that's
yeah,
why I asked Tanya. I asked you, because I asked you, I said, why is she not supportive of him? I asked you,
because
what's the reason for that? So you can't class every man in the same category.
well, I agree, and there's levels to leadership. There's levels and layers
Exactly.
to
you got.
leadership.
And
So
And
maybe
leadership
for
and
women,
leadership and leadership and relationship, it have nothing to do with the fact that Stanya Davis is make $60,000 a year and I make $40,000 a year. You can't say I can't lead because I make more than you or less than you.
no,
See, when you
this
put a price tag on relationship and make relationships about monetary and things like that, and you class it, and that's how, and a lot of women have that kind of mindset. Well, I make more than him. So
wait,
but
go ahead.
wait, because I have to speak now on this same
Go ahead.
topic what you talk on used to know. There is something in the atmosphere, right? It's almost as if you are a woman who have accomplished something, you
Mm-hmm.
got to downplay it. And even before you get to downplay it, you have some men who will try to downplay you to make you feel weaker. We can all be strong. I don't have to be weak for you to be my man. And when
I
you talk
agree.
about and when you talk about submission, the truth of the matter is a lot of women who are much more successful, they are still looking for a man as the
a
head.
lot, no, but
No, no,
a lot of
Okay.
and I
Yeah,
but
we
that's it.
agree.
a
Don't
lot
want
of
to
We
be
agree
no.
on that.
a lot of
We
women
But
agree
who
on
this is
that.
tend
the thing. This is the thing. I cannot say tonight I'm going out there to keep up with Usain Bolt. I am not in his category.
Mm-hmm.
I am nowhere near his category. And I'm going to insult myself and then curse him out because I feel insulted when I realize I cannot keep up. So the
Okay,
issue
but
is if you find somebody who you think is successful and you want to be with, you gotta find someone who in your category.
no,
Otherwise,
but
you
when you
will
say
insult yourself.
okay, but when you say find somebody in your category, you telling me that Usain Bolt, who's a multi-millionaire, can't afford and love or can't like somebody like Shawnee, who's not a millionaire? Is that what you're
Maybe,
saying?
maybe not. This is the
Maybe,
thing.
but maybe
As a
so.
woman,
Maybe so.
I get turned down because I'm
Maybe
out of my
so.
category from certain men.
But you
Certain
don't
men,
think we as
I am
men
not
get
in
turned
that
on to the
category.
same level?
I have to stand down, but men have to learn that too.
Okay,
I don't just
I
say
agree
I
with
did
that.
not approach so and so because I Shawnee and I have these. I'm not in
But you
that
have a
man
low personal
category.
self-esteem. But you
but
have a
say
low
okay,
personal self-esteem
stop.
if that's the case.
Okay, but
No,
look
no,
at
no.
this
I
now.
don't. I don't.
Okay, but check this out now. You say if I'm making $60,000 and this gentleman is making 40, or let's say 20,000 or whatever, significantly lower, right?
Yeah.
Why should I listen to him in terms of money matters? So I done prove that I kind of more advanced than him in this category. Not now. I'm not saying. I just being honest now. I'm not saying that I know everything across the board, because obviously everybody have their own strengths in different ways. So as a couple, why can't it also be that, okay, now, hon, you got it more together in terms of you're a better decision maker, so go with that. Because if you let me do the make it, okay, like there's a couple I know. The man, he's very talented. He has this business, but his wife noticed that he give everybody a discount and everybody a break. So what she started doing was she started going with him, and she deal with the money, so she'll give the price to the people, so that So okay, in that, so they managed to come together and find a balance or what have you. What I'm saying, the problem that I have with this S word is, okay, it almost is like you just throw this big old umbrella and everything fall underneath this. Where what I'm trying to say is that, okay, there's some things you sin off that you are going to be better than with your partner, and it's okay for whoever to take the lead or make the decision or come up with a suggestion. Or what have you. It doesn't have to be the decision, but come up with a suggestion. It doesn't have to be just because you are the male, then whatever you say go. Come on, man. That's all.
But I also, me and Johnny also said that submission also comes with a form of respect. Stanya Davis, if you are a better financier than me, if you deal with money better than me, if me and you marry me in a relationship, I could let you handle and plan the finances. Anything that we do, whoever's better, I will let them take the role. All man don't have this belief that I is the man, I is the head, I in charge, I ain't gonna listen to you.
Right. Listen, there's different rules and laws, and rules, right? But in some homes, I know like the husband cook way better than the wife. The wife can't cook at all.
Yeah, let him cook. Let him cook if that's the case.
The man still is the head. Regardless of whatever, the man still is the head, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
we're not saying no. I'm not. Give me 2 seconds. I'm not saying that he should treat his wife as a slave. Yes, but I'm saying
no.
You in any relationship, you can have someone who's going to take charge and be head of that relationship. So that's what I'm saying. And if your woman making more than you, sadly, a lot of women, some women can't handle that. So because especially if she's a boss,
some men can't handle that neither.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Men say they can't handle it because a lot of women associate value with money. So they feel like they hold on, don't shake your head, because they feel like if they man making less than them, they tend to say, or
I gotta take care of him.
Men, yeah, right. Women are what's the word? Pergamous. They tend to date someone. They want to date someone on their level or higher. If he drop below, if you drop below her, she then looking at you as, why have this nigga here? Why have him here?
Right. Women, I gotta take care of him, and I gotta pay this. I understand. We see these every day on Facebook.
And a lot, at least in this society, a man is I close it right now. Women associate men, their value with money, and
because I
close it now. Give me 1 more second. Let me close it up. Let me wrap it up. In this society,
be submissive, Daniel. Be submissive.
No. Listen what I'm saying. My last point is, because I keep getting cut off, I forget my train of thought. My last point is, in this society, a man is only valuable as his last paycheck. Lord Jesus, I tell men, if you lose your job today or tomorrow, you literally get 6 months to 6-7 months, maybe, before she started looking at you like, this old nigga, I hear working hard. A woman could lose her job for 2 years, but most men will say, honey, whatever,
Johnny, but you know why that's so? Because the needs are different, though. A man is not looking for a woman, outside of the man who I talk about earlier. You're not looking for a woman to be the provider. So that's not the gift that you want your woman to bring to the table. So of course, if the woman ain't working, that's why a woman would, if she's not working, it's not a big deal to a man. The woman, our needs and your needs are totally different. Y'all just want your woman stay fit, look good, be attractive, and then be supportive, be loving, all those other things. We want, the first thing on our list is to be a provider, or at least be able to provide for yourself.
Okay, but Stanya, I completely agree with what you and Johnny's saying. But let me just make this first point. During COVID, a lot of marriages break up. A lot of marriages break up because one person wasn't working, the other one was working, and they didn't want to take the leading role. And so in COVID, a lot of marriages break up. The question I ask is this: was there ever any true love, or was the relationship transactional from the beginning? And a lot of people are in transactional relationships. That's the
A
first
lot of
mistake.
women,
I think a
listen,
lot of relationships break up
transactional.
because you couldn't go to your sweetheart house. You had to
No, no,
stay
no,
in you
no, no.
had
See,
to stay in the
that,
house
that,
with
Nonsense.
the
that,
wife.
that,
I think
Nonsense.
that's why it break up.
Nonsense.
that wasn't the last majority. It's transactional. When
Yeah,
a
what's
man
it?
wants
Transaction.
his help,
Second of all, Tanya, right? Most decent men, like you say, they don't mind paying all the bills. They don't mind if the woman loses a job, but she's not working. If I was a millionaire or a billionaire, if I make six figures and I can afford that. But bear in mind, that's only the top 1%. The average man makes how much a week? Tanya Davis, what? In the Bahamas, what? 3, 4, $500 a week. He can't afford to sustain a family and kids by himself. So somewhere down the line, he can need help. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't everybody is a boss. Ain't everybody got the kind of money with flowers up. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So while we want a woman to look good, we want a woman to maintain her figure, we also need a soulmate and a support structure from a moral standpoint, just as well as a financial standpoint down the line, because the cost of living ain't in the 50s or 60s no more. Whereas a can of sardine is 3 cents and you could feed 6 people with that. That can't happen nowadays.
inflation is
Right.
a real thing. Inflation is a real thing.
Yeah, but but and at
Exactly.
the same time, you
But
gotta
but
know
but
as go on. I see I submit and
but
I
and
That's big
Tanya,
of you, Stanley. That's
and
really
I
big
hate
of you.
and Tanya, I hate. I mean, because like I said, the number one cause for divorce is either financial problems and infidelity. Most women will stand. A lot of women will stay in marriages because of the money, because the man providing and taking care of things. But if he was broke or if he wasn't paying all the bills and whatever, they would
One
have
to
lived long. But a lot of marriages break up over money, and I hate when people. I hate when.
I'm sorry. Are
Go
we
ahead.
in denying that these women ain't getting the money that y'all think they're getting? A lot of these women
Hold on, you missed what
hustling,
he's
trying to
saying though.
keep
Hold on,
it
you missed
together
what
for
he's
the
saying.
family, and under the bearings of being married. I mean, talking every day to people, knowing everybody's situation around you. Not everybody living that fairy tale life. They better go pay that rent, that cable, because that man ain't paying it. I don't know if you
What are you
guys are
talking
aware. I
about?
don't know if your friends bragging to you in the group talk, making you think he paying for everything in the house. But a lot of the Bahamian women hold down their households financially too.
But
I
there's
don't think
Yeah,
that's being
no, we
addressed.
know that. We know that. But we talking about people who in marriages, right? Where
In
they're in
marriages,
relationships. No, we talking about
hold
people
on.
who have
We ain't talking
money in
the
marriages.
cultural. Go ahead, go ahead.
Right. We talking about men who have money and they cheating on their wife because they have money and they can afford to, and the woman staying with them and ain't leaving them, knowing that she leave the gravy drain. That's what I talking about.
But but hold on. I have a question. I have a question. This is a question. Listen, here's the question. Why started more pin up like that? You from Auckland, say? What?
Johnny, you on get around again, eh?
All right, all right. When it comes to relationships and dating, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman? Let me ask the question once more. When it comes to relationships and dating, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman? This is for the two
right
ladies.
now, if you could get a good man, because a lot of man they like man nowadays. Our numbers drop. I'm speaking as a single woman. Our stock drop. So the price, you find a heterosexual man. What? Girl, where you find that? It's that hard to find.
So typically, you think
So
the
it's no doubt in my category as a
so
young woman
typically
who the price
so
is right
typically
now.
so typically the man is the prize. Then is what you're saying,
Nowadays in 2022, big price.
Tanya.
And tell me where you get that.
Tanya, what's your answer?
Um
When it comes to relationships and dating, who is typically seen as the prize, the man
Okay,
or the woman?
typically, okay, the woman would say she's surprised, but no, I kind of agree with Shawnee. Like,
Mhm.
y'all, okay, especially, you know what? Like, I have met men who really doing their own thing, right? And when I say doing their own thing, I'm not even talking about in terms of the 1% who used to know I'm talking about, right? I've heard men say, "Boy, son, I's a dying breed, boy. I'm a dying breed." I'm a dying breed. I out here. So most men, they y'all kind of feeling that way right now. We might have to pick. We have to pick in terms of, okay, you know, the buffet. There's a buffet, and okay, we have all these guys who come around to us. But y'all as men, y'all have the upper hand in terms of what direction this relationship going on. If y'all going to commit to this, go on and move forward.
Okay.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
Tanya, yeah, but that's true to a certain extent. But bear in mind, this might sound a little biased, right? But our choices in terms of selection is poor too. Y'all had a conversation several weeks ago regarding women and kids and things like that. If I'm looking to start a family, if I'm looking to get married, right, I have to ask myself, listen, how many competent, qualified women out there who don't have no kids like myself, who I could meet, marry, and start a family with? I mean, there's a lot of good women out there, right? But their past experience, they have 2 and 3 kids with multiple men. Now, I'm not saying that she's a bad person. I'm not judging no one based on how much kids they have, right? But as a man, I prefer to have my own. And I'm 36, I'm not married, I don't have no kids. How many women you know in my age range brackets doesn't have no kids, and me and them alike? So my choice to meet a soulmate is slim to none as well. It's not just women who are going through bad experiences, men too.
Slim. And I agree, because if you knocking women down, and not knocking women down isn't that's a bad thing. I don't mean to say it like that, but like for me, like if somebody is not straight, I prefer to date straight men, right? So if they're not straight, then I can't count them in my catch. So for you, if women have children outside of you, that you can't count them in your count. So
no,
it limits your choices.
Right.
It limits our choices. And
right.
It is what it is. I get it.
I think a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are in bad marriages and bad relationships, right? Because they choose to settle. They choose to settle. And when you decide to settle, in most cases, it's not what you want or what you require. And so that's where, things tend to get a bit hectic.
A lot of people settle. I mean, like to me, they go into the marriage or go into these relationships with the red flags, and
Exactly.
it's like full speed ahead. Like, I don't know, in some cases they're afraid to be alone. In some cases they don't want to start over. Sometimes they think this is the best they could get. I mean, for whatever reason, conditioning, I mean, whatever it is. But yeah, to me, a lot of people should have never even gotten married.
Yeah. But the pressure, but what Ustinov said, okay, this is the thing that I want to differentiate, if you can leave at one point from this. If you have a child, that does not indicate your character as a partner.
Agreed.
Okay, I understand you don't want the person, but that does not equal that is a bad partner. So a lot of good catches are being thrown to the side.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm saying it because I have a child, and I know for certain Bahamian men, they don't want nothing to do with a woman with a child. That's like, no.
Because they have stereotypes. Yeah.
Right.
They don't necessarily have to be true, but they have stereotypes with women maturing. They don't have to be true.
Baby daddy drama and all that. That's why a lot of men just want to decide to stay away from all that.
I don't blame him. And anybody who doesn't want that, to me, that's a good thing. Because if you don't want nobody with children, stay away, because you might mistreat the child or something like that. So I don't blame him.
Well, the child might mistreat you.
Huh?
You ain't my daddy.
Or the child might mistreat the man.
No, but if somebody don't want to be a step parent, they may mistreat the child and treat them in any kind of house. Yeah. So I don't blame you. But what I'm saying is, somebody may have the potential to be a magnificent partner.
Exactly.
Shawnee,
and Shawnee,
someone have the opportunity. Someone could be a good partner, but then they ain't got no money. This man ain't got no money. This only making X amount of money, but
that's why I and our list always changing. I had to take a couple things off my list.
Yeah,
I had to take a couple things on my list.
As you mature, you get to customize your list.
Right. Yeah. And I admit, Shawnee and Sonia, I've messed up a lot of potential good relationships and a lot of the potential partners because of the standard that I had. A lot of those women who I was dating or who I saw as potential, a lot of them they had kids, and I discard them, and they
Listen,
were
there's
decent.
nothing,
Looking back, they
there's
decent
nothing
people.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a standard because there's
And
a
you
lot
know
of
what
women.
happens, listen up, because I've seen it over and over. You get the girl with the no kids, you marry her. The
And
relationship goes to hell. Then you
Yeah.
come back to the girl with the kids talking,
Yeah.
because now you're the same person who you discriminate against. You got child.
Listen,
So
I
it's
have-
like, what you
I
do all
have-
of this?
I got
Yes.
friends who are step parents, and if you don't know that they step parents, you would, if they don't tell you that they step parents or they another man's kids, you wouldn't know.
listen,
They
listen,
act as
there's,
if like, yeah.
there's nothing wrong with how standards. Women have a whole list of standards for men. A lot of women don't date men who like
I'm not
45.
saying
too.
there's anything wrong with it. What I'm saying is, in
I
my
know you were going
experience,
to say that, Johnny. You got a little Napoleon complex, you know.
Well, see,
because
there you
keep
go.
on talking
There you
about
go.
the short
See, there you go.
Every time you take a short man, I notice this with you.
I'm being attacked. See, when men have standards, women tend to attack them. I'm being
But
attacked.
guess what?
did I attack anybody? Listen up. Did you feel attacked when I talked
No,
about
I
the
say-
standards
no, I
that
say-
you
no,
and
I
I
know.
have? Thank you very much.
But that's what. Okay, I agree though.
Thank
I
you.
think like you just attracted and you want, and as you grow, it might change. I remember Johnny. Let me talk Johnny business. I remember one time, right? Johnny was like, "Okay, yeah, you like he had met this girl years ago, and the girl was like, "Oh no, but you short." So I was like, "Johnny, you are handsome, and you are funny, and you are smart, and if she can't see how great of a person you are," and I going on with one big bunch of foolishness, right? So then, but a couple of months after that, I met this gentleman. Lord, I know he must be watching this. Anyway, I met this gentleman, and he was shorter than me. And I mean, he really was a great guy, but I was like, this right here is what the person was talking about with Johnny, because this is a problem. I done 6 for 13. How this go work? How is this gonna work? So, so we all have.
So
I
do you
think we
regret
all have.
looking back on it now? You have regrets with respect to that looking back on it now, Stanley?
Lord, my phone going off for the no, actually no, because there were some other things. But you're right. But he was a great guy though. He was a great guy. I mean, one of the most decentest man, the decentest man I met. But it just wasn't the right time too. Message me, boo.
I have a question for Yusunov. I'm pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Listen, I have a question. Well, let me ask the ladies first, and I'm going to ask you. Here's the question. The question is for the women. If you didn't have a vagina, how would you keep your significant other? Or how would you keep a significant other if you didn't have a vagina and you had to display different other qualities? How would you keep your significant other if you didn't have a vagina? Or something happened that you couldn't use that. How would you keep
You want to take this? You can take it. Johnny, you want to go first?
I would love to go first. I would love to go first.
Because he really
hold on, let me add another question and to you, Yusunov. If you didn't have money, how do you think you would keep a woman? So for women, if you didn't have a vagina, how would you keep a man or get a man interested in you? And if you didn't have any money or didn't have money, how would you attract a woman?
Okay, well then what I would do is
let's try to go first and then you go.
Okay.
Don't go on, Johnny.
Yeah. I think the vagina part is the cherry on top. I don't think that's, when it comes to me, that makes up my whole being in someone's life. So I'm practically operating as if I don't have it now, because I have it in the back on layaway. But the thing about it is, the things that I would use to keep a man, it's just my character. I'm very intelligent. I have great conversation, thought-provoking. I think I've been classed as a sapiosexual, that someone who is turned on by intellectual communication. And I agree.
You think that'll keep your man?
Yeah, because the type of man who I go for, they attract the same thing. I'm not talking about someone who can't keep up a conversation with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
talking about the things that I did. I'm also a very loving person. I have a great sense of humor, just a good character. Don't look for me to cook for you. You can eat something else, but then you say take it off the shelf. So yeah, that's my answer right there.
Okay. Well, okay. I think I'm very supportive. and funny. It's a good conversation, but very, very nurturing too. So I think you have a friend. So you don't only have, okay, we move in the lover part, but you definitely have a friend, and you have support, you have gentleness, you have a non-judgmental space for you to kind of just be yourself. And even though I may be, I guess, career oriented, I like to cater to people too. So I mean, I'm gonna love you up. I'm gonna cook. I'll twist your toe for you, rub you down a little bit. But anyway, that might
So
just
would you
be
allow
going
him
into
to? Would you allow him to have someone else to satisfy that portion that you can't provide?
So wait, now when you say the portion, we talking about
Sex.
like sex, or we talking about sex? And see,
Yes.
and honestly, like this going into like this why I can't get my cougarism on, man. I can't get my cougarism on. Yeah, man. I can't get my cougar.
What you trying to get back? The cougarism?
Yeah, because right, so okay, you meet a gentleman, and then right, let's say he wants kids. So of course, child, I almost half a century old child. I can't do them type of thing. So okay, so which means now, would I be open to allowing this person to go out there and meet someone and have children and all this kind of stuff?
Mm.
You know
But
what I
you
mean?
guys could adopt a child. You guys could develop a child in the lab through fertilization. So there's a lot of things you could do if the gentleman wants a child.
Okay.
Hold on, but
right now,
hold on.
I'm trying to live my best life. I want travel. I want to have fun. Well,
I on a plane today, and I say to myself, "Well, where the damn baby carriages go?" And like people trying to live, they trying to
that's
live
right.
their
baby.
Before we go too far,
no.
Before we go,
into that, I don't want to
before we go down the rabbit hole, you just answer that question. If you had no money, how in the Bahamas, how would you attract a woman without any money? Or keep
I would try to be in as best as physical shape as possible, and I would work on my bedroom skills with the help of someone like Tanya Davis as a life coach, like a dating life coach. I would ask her, because I asked her this question several weeks ago. I asked you, how do you please a woman in bed? I asked you what a woman like, what a woman want, and I would work on all those other skills in my life to try to entice her, because you've heard the stigmatism. Most women have two men in their life, one a romancer and one a financer. So I'll try to be the romancer and let somebody else be the financer.
So you'll be open to your significant other having another do it?
Yeah, but if I'm no, I wouldn't be open to it. But why she going to him? If she go to him, she going to him for money, not for sex.
You think any hot-blooded Bahamian man only giving money? She had a rubby head or something.
I hope one week
I'll try to be the best.
We can do a show to rebuke this sweetheart and spirit in the Bahamian community, because this is not the norm in other cultures.
But Sonny, there's nothing new under the sun. What happened in the beginning? What happened in the end?
Yeah, but certain things in our culture, it's just too exaggerated and too much accepted.
I'm just gonna say too accepted.
Accepted.
We have a comment from one of our users, Nicole Roberts. She says women are more likely to look for men who can provide a level of leadership and financial commitment in a relationship, but not all men come with relationship and leadership qualities. So there must be a compromise in order to have a successful long-term relationship in terms of money. In a long-term relationship, finance becomes a compromise. Both have to commit and compromise. And lastly, a man without money in the Bahamas better be the best plumber, carpenter, mechanic, house builder, a babysitter, dog walker, ditch digger. That's what Nicole. I hear you. That's a comment from people watching online. So, ladies, let me ask Shawnee, because Shawnee don't play. Shawnee, how could a man keep you without money? Relationship in terms of money.
In my 20s, he couldn't keep me. But now, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for the male version of me, I guess. Well, the male, not version of me, because I think that'll be too much of a clash. But the intellect, for me, like when we use the term women generally too, because we have immature girls. You know, in my 20s, I was not, I was classified as a woman, but my mind was not mature to certain things. So there are certain things that I was not attracted to. I did not meet that yet in my life. And now that ability to lead, guide, to that knowledge base, that intellect, that loyalty, consideration, love. These are the things that can keep me without money, especially since I go on for my own.
All right.
But I personally, I think, like for me at this point, I would say, for me to feel emotionally safe, for me to feel emotionally safe. So if this person isn't, let's say, we're providing financially, I would want, I want a partner, I want a friend, I want to be able to, right, to take the mask off. I want to be the little girl, but I might need to go lay in this man arm. Especially after me going out here and putting on this big superwoman cape. I want to take that off, and I want, child, look here. You know what I realized? As women, we know how to be queens, but we don't know how to be a princess. I want to be somebody's princess. So
Stanya,
go on.
Let me ask you and Shawnee a question. What's your definition of someone not providing for you financially? Let's just say he's working, but he doesn't make as much as you, or how would you class a man? How do you guys characterize men? How do you feel about that? Let's just say he works and he makes minimum wage or $250 a week or $300 a week. What's your definition? What's your take on that? What do you classify as someone not providing money?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry, but I mean, and you all could call me superficial. I'm not going to date anybody who's making minimum wage. Okay.
Okay.
No,
I'm not going to do that. Okay. And it's done. And to the brothers who are watching this, it's nothing wrong with y'all making minimum wage. But like I said, I wouldn't be the woman for that person too. Because see, and we know what I just finished talking about the queens and princess. All queens require something, and you have standards. For me, I'm not because for starters,
what's your standard? What's your quota?
What you talking about? You mean in terms of this man providing
income? Yeah, income.
Well, it depends in different ways. Like it depends. For starters, like I say, you got to be able to take care of yourself too. You can't be struggling now. You can't be struggling. Okay, that's number one. Second of all, I would want this person, because guess what? They might be making less than me, but they may have better money management skills. When you make more money, child, all you got is billing thing. So they might still end up having more money than me. But I would want them to offer and to be open to what they do have, just as I would be open to offering what I have too.
Well, hold on. I just saw the time, so I have this a question that I wanted to ask. This came from a group member, and I need Joel to answer this. I'm going to read it, and this was a message that was sent to me via inbox, just because of time permitting. Here's a question. It came from my group. Right. Here's the question. I am hot right now. This was a message sent to me. So she sent this to me. So, and this is how she spelled it. I have to edit as I read. Okay. Here's what she sent to me. She wanted me to post it. She wanted to get feedback on it. So I'm gonna read it so you guys can get some feedback. Why do you like that, Shawnee? Anyhow,
what did she say? Yeah.
I'm hot right now. I came in from Freeport for the weekend to this guy. I've been talking to this guy for like 3 months.
Shawnee, we talked about this last week.
We did? We didn't talk about this last week.
Yeah, man, and it's a girl who, when she gone out with the fella, and then she come back, and then she come back with the guy or something.
This
or maybe I just read it in the
this guy flew out. We talk about this?
Yeah, and then she
talk
about
that.
The guy tell her final she had to pay for the hotel room afterwards or something like that.
I don't remember us talking about this.
We didn't talk about it. We talk about it different.
But that question was when this guy threw this girl out.
But me and you talk about it.
You should have said you sitting off read it.
Yeah, it was posted. We didn't talk about it.
Oh, okay. Right. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why. Okay. Right. Okay. Before I was interrupted. Anyway, I am hot right now. I came in from Freeport for the weekend. This guy I've been talking to for like 3 months. We met online or whatever. We video chatted. We talked every evening, and would send me money because my time is valuable as a woman. So if I needed little things, I would ask, and he would send the money. But that's not even the issue. I got here early. Oh, I have somebody put on mute. I hear some feedback. Okay, I got here early in the week. He put me up in a hotel close to Fish Fry because he wanted me to come to Nassau so we could spend some time together. It's only fair that he paid for my plane ticket and the hotel room, and he put a little money in my pocket as well. But it ain't nothing to talk about. So everything was going good. He worked during the day, so I had freedom to roam about, and he would either still bring me food or made sure I had a few dollars to buy food. But I never really had to pay because once I walked down to Fish Fry and sat down, most guys would just buy me food and drinks. Here's when the issue started to get started. Getting close to the weekend, he was pressuring me for sex. And to be honest, Paradise, I never told this guy I was giving him any pum pum. So after he took me to dinner and after drinks, we went back to the hotel room. Time now, he was all over me, filling me up. So he tried to pressure me to have sex. I wasn't feeling it, so he ran hot and jumped up and gone in his car. It was early, so I wasn't sleepy. So I called another guy I met at Fish Fry and asked him what he was doing. He said nothing, so he offered to come get me. And since homeboy was acting like a gal, I leave and I went up with the other nigga. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning when I got back to the hotel room. The other guy walked me to my room. I was tipsy and will not lie to you. I was tipsy. So so the other guy had his arms around me, helped me to my door, and he opened the door. And when he opened the door, the other guy the guy that flew me out was laying down in the bed. Long story short, the guy who walked me to my room, hopped in his car and left, and the guy who flew me out run hot and canceled the room and the rest of my trip. So I'm in Nassau with no place to stay, and I tried calling the guy who flew me out. He's not answering. I have no money. I have the money that he gave me to extend, but my question is, who is in the wrong? Who's in the wrong here? If someone flies you out, but you never told them that you were going to give them any sex, how could he get mad? How could he get mad because you didn't promise to do any sex? Please post this to the group. Hold on. So she's writing about it to try to edit that. So the question primarily is, why should a man get mad if she didn't?
Well, first of all, okay, let's say if you met this person on the internet or wherever the hell, okay,
Right.
whatever. So you're meeting, so now you agree to meet. Personally, for me, if I really wanted to meet this person and I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to have sex with this person, because by the way, and I know you all know this, most women decide long before the act if they want to have sex with y'all. I just let you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's what. Shawnee, you agree?
Agree.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if I wasn't too sure that I really feeling this way about this person, I would not allow them to
Fly you out and
yeah. I would say, you know what? Sweetie, I buy my own ticket. I gonna go get my own room so I can tell you, Kia, you're here. Try come out this hotel room. So because you know what? Free things cost you more. Free things cost you more. So if we were not at that level, because I know that there may be a chance that there may be an expectation, I would not allow this person to do that. I would pay my own way so that it's even ground, and I could tell you, Kia, you're here, just in case I ain't want to deal with you.
Hold on, let me
Babe, that's my response. That's my response to that.
Hold on. I just want to read the comments from the people who are watching on Facebook. Chantel said she needed to run that man his money, and she also went on to say she know why he flew her out. Go ahead.
Yeah, she know why. I have people asking me to fly me out on a Spirit airline ticket. You want me to give up my good punani for and you supposed I don't understand how. I don't understand how she fell for that okie dokie. I remembered I said to a guy I didn't like him like that, and I was having I work as a nurse. I was stressed out, and I wanted to go to this place called Curacao so I could just relax to these islands, right? And so he said, Shawnee, I'm gonna treat you to it. So I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, I could treat you to it. So then in planning the trip, he holler out, I'll just get a room down the hall.
You should know
I
better
said,
than that.
cancel. I said, cancel this whole trip. Why? Why do you want to cancel it? I said, cancel the whole trip. Because this is the thing. This is the thing. I know what you're going after. And sometimes guys will try to get you like that. Man, come Nassau, you need a little break.
Yeah.
You need to come. Don't worry about it. They gonna still try you. They gonna still try you. But she
Exactly.
wrong for saying he ain't give her much money and she had $0. So how you could talk about the money wasn't nothing much to talk about? You didn't even have no money. And then
Exactly.
you don't know
You're struggling.
struggle. And she
Let me
end up I feel
let me
bad. Sorry, one thing. I feel bad that she was talking about food and eat and drink. Cause I think a lot of Bahamian men think that women need to eat. I've been confronted with stuff like that before.
You need to
Like
eat.
I need you to feed me or something like that. And I feel so embarrassed that she was getting free food at Fish Fry and she was on top of the world. On top of that, this is Nassau. This is gun capital. You let another man bring you to a hotel room with the first man purchase. You lucky that was in the eyewitness news. That would have
let
been an
me take
eyewitness
this one.
news sample, huh?
Let me take this one from here. Let me address both sides and both genders. My thing is this: if you have to fly a woman out to have sex with her, you weak, you lame, and whatever you get, you deserve. Okay?
Keep flying
Like
out, you know?
Like Stanya Davis say, women know beforehand if they won't have sex with a woman. So if Stanya Davis was interested in the person, Stanya Davis or Shawnee, they would pay their own way. They would meet the person. If
Yeah.
she wanted to do have sex with them, fine. Because I've had a similar situation before, whereas I've met women online or wherever, they purchase their way, they come to see me, we meet their way, we meet wherever. And what I do is I normally pay for their ticket to go back, or I normally reimburse them, depending on how things go. So, and on the flip side of that, I agree. I agree. A woman doesn't owe a man nothing for buying her some dinner and drinks. We as men, we need to stop
Right.
that.
I was sure.
You meet, you talk, you get to know somebody, and if they like you and if they're attracted to you, sex will happen. We need to get out this idea that because we spend some money on a woman, we buy her dinner and drink, she owe us. That don't stimulate a woman's mind. And we as Bahamian men and black men, we need to grow up and become more mature. If you gotta spend money on someone for them to like you, it ain't worth it. So he got what he deserves.
Pause right there. Hold on. Women expect men. Listen, you gotta talk correct now. Hold on.
Yeah, but Johnny, let me just make this point. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, most women would say he need to garner my interest, and by garner my interest, you need to invest up front. Most women expect a man to invest up front, and that's by
Am I wrong for saying this? If a man fly me out, I think I'm ready to do something. That's just how. Like I don't go on no flight.
I'm open to it. Yes.
I agree with you. You are totally right. You're right. There's a social contract.
If you get there and you don't like him, or if you get there and he says something that turn you off, you have every right to decline and turn him down and pack up and go back home.
I'm not saying that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not speaking to obligation, right? But a man who I like talk to me now. And he says, "Honey, I want us to meet. I want us to meet such and such." I pack in laundry in my bag. I pack in laundry in my bag. Because I can't go do that thing. I know that from when I was at the airport.
Right. It's an expectation that if
it's an expectation. Nobody's forcing me now.
It's not an obligation.
Laundry, maybe one or two pack in the suitcase.
Yeah, but then not only that, why you even going somewhere and you even got no money?
You 12 or you 12 years old?
Yeah, but like what?
I'm bragging, but seafood at Fish.
At Fish Fry, my lord.
My name of this woman list.
That's right. Food at Fish Fry. Wow.
Yeah.
So the overall consensus is if a guy fly you out, he have it's an unwritten rule that he's looking for sex.
I am only speaking for Shawnee, and I don't want anybody to judge me. I'm just a realist, okay? If you send a ticket, you say, Shawnee, we talking, and you send a ticket, you say, Shawnee, I want to meet up with you. Can we go such and such? Now, I'm 36 years old. The lingerie is pack. I done pick the colors, everything.
You matching.
And huh?
You matching. You can be matching.
I'm matching. And I'm not saying that's, I don't know what these other girls, I can't speak to them, and they probably be like, no, people fly me out before and nothing happened. And I can speak to that because I have friends who, would fly me and my son out and don't see me. But if I like the guy and we talking in that capacity.
Yeah, I think, okay, we're not saying that I personally, I'm going to think that there's a possibility that this may happen. So if you are not, so because I'm operating with this possibility, first of all, I'm not going to come if I know I'm not even feeling the guy. I don't really even like him. I'm not going to come because see, that sounds like she just didn't want a free trip. All right, that's what that sounds like. Second of all, I was going to make sure I have money in my pocket. And so even if, look here, dude, excuse me, hi, hello, try come out my room, I'm going to go pay for this. But I wouldn't allow it anyway because from the jump, I can go pay for my things. Free things, it costs you more, buddy.
Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
That makes sense.
Especially free lunch and the fish fry.
But in this way, you eliminate any expectations because if a woman pays for it, as a man, I can't expect it because she paid for it. So the leverage is on our side. Plus, I can't kick out the room because she paid for it. In her name, she get the key card. If she started just the correct way. I mean, don't let the man pay for you if you ain't coming to free up or
but did y'all catch the last part? Y'all catch the last part? She was tipsy, headed to the room, and the man had to hold her up to go and bug. I know her lingerie was packed for that because either way that man was reversing coming out that room after putting you to sleep. He gonna go in the room after he done buy you one chicken snack at the fish fry. Girl, bye.
But guys, did any of you see the video? Something similar like this happened several weeks ago. This guy, he flew a woman in, and the woman didn't give him no sex, and he actually flew the woman back to the airport, and he actually recorded the whole incident. Did any of you see that?
No.
Yeah,
no,
I saw that.
They said that
buy your own ticket.
Right. Yeah, and he recorded the whole thing, and he flew and he drove her back to the airport, and she was like, oh, he weak and whatever have you. And she was in his room and she was on the bed and she was walking around naked and whatever have you. They didn't have sex. See, my thing is, those kind of things are misleading. You're sending the wrong message.
You are sending.
Yeah, that's why I said I wasn't gonna allow the person to do that. I was gonna have my nice little money, or even if he purchased my plane ticket, I'd have been like, well, if you want to get the ticket, cool, but I'm gonna get my hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And not even that, like women need to know the subtle signs how to say no to men, like you're not interested. Yeah. If you see me pay for that meal, me and yours, and I buy yours too, that means whatever walking in these pants, don't beg for it, mister. Don't beg for it. I pay for your food. I pay whatever. That means you are a friend. You are a friend.
Yeah.
That means you're a good woman if you pay for it.
No, baby, not when I first meet you. If you have anything check and you have anything I got you, don't worry about that.
And surely I going back to the first situation with the guy with the paint. I with you. I cycling right back there. The minute I was gonna give him the money to paint the place was the last time me and him was ever gonna have any kind of relations. Okay, I'll pay you all right. Okay, cool. But once I remember one time this gentleman, I'm dating this gentleman, and I mean he was so nice and sweet and everything else. And so he said, you can let me, I really short on my rent. You can't give me $100, say.
Oh. How far along you guys?
How far in the relationship you all was?
Well,
there's 2 years in?
No.
How long you know each other?
I knew him, but dating was a recent thing. I knew him. We had did
but how long you was dating? How long you was dating?
Just a few times.
What?
So y'all wasn't established. Y'all wasn't in a relationship.
No.
Or y'all just starting. Whoa.
Right.
Yeah, that's a turn off.
That's a turn off.
You know what? And I gave him the $100.
He gave it back to you?
Yeah, I
said, it back to you?
No, well, you guys talk to me again to get it back to me. I never spoke with him after that.
Yeah, but maybe he was just in a situation. But you didn't give the man a chance to prove himself.
No, but no. That's a turn off for anybody.
Right.
If I talk to a woman a couple of dates and she talking about she get this BEC bill, bro, better go.
Yeah,
But that happens. But Paradise, Jonathan, that just happened on a regular with us men.
Yeah,
That
but
just
see,
happened on a
men,
regular with us men.
we know. See,
We
women
know.
don't see it on their side. That's happened to men
Every
almost every
day.
day. Every
Look.
day.
Well, who these women are? Who y'all dating?
Women, listen.
That's the question.
You don't have to be dating them.
Right
You
back
can
to
be
them.
talking to them.
No.
Who
Listen
these
to my.
women
No,
you
no,
are
no,
talking to?
God. We ain't talking
Shawnee,
to them.
Shawnee,
Hold
no,
on.
they the women who ain't got no children.
Hold
We
on,
talking
no.
No,
to
these could
girls.
be co-workers, friends, people in general who need this kind of money.
Hold on. It's the same way how some men might approach women for sex after talking to them for 2 seconds. It's the same thing for women, men, when women approach men for money within a couple of minutes talking to them. It's just two different, same way, but there's two different things.
I already told you, y'all money is y'all vagina. And also, and I know y'all know this too, sometimes we ask y'all for money to get rid of y'all.
So sometimes we ask your vagina to get some.
I never
But
tried
you
that
don't
trick.
gotta ask me no money to get rid of you. I could get rid of you before you even get there. I can then get rid of you.
Yeah,
I pick up on body language and character.
Yeah, sometimes
your hungry belly
we
self.
do that to get rid of y'all too, because we don't know that I can run here.
Carry your hungry belly self. Don't worry about that. We can cut you off. You want to be hungry? Go sit down.
Lord, what is this?
Anyhow, go. I guess this is my last question I have, and then time is the 9:30. We can start to close out. But here's my Stan. You have any questions before?
Oh, well, I'm looking at the comment. Chantel says, "Child, I've heard men say this is a lot. Y'all woman needy." Yes, dead bad.
Pingsy.
Yeah, but guess what? But another thing too, though, a lot of times y'all also come on to women talking about what you all have, and
that's true too. That's
trying to get them to like you.
Yeah, you shouldn't lead with
Trying to
your
get them to like you.
Yeah, y'all do that
men,
too.
see, men do that because they trying to. If you lead with your ATM machine card, you're gonna attract a certain type of money, and a lot of women tend to lead with sex too. Like if you lead with sex, you can get a different type of man as well. So I agree.
I remember going on a date, and I was scared to go outside with the guy because he didn't look a little rough in some serious things, and I get some. He didn't look ugly. He just looked like eyewitness news was out there, but it looked like I was going to end up on deadness. It looked like I was going to end up on deadness, so I stayed in the car. I was scared. I was scared, y'all. I couldn't get you. I stayed in the car, and he said, "Tony, where did you want to go to?" And this me, McDonald's.
He's a good girl. McDonald's expensive there.
Huh?
McDonald's expensive in Nassau.
Listen, when he went to the drive-thru, he didn't need to know McDonald's. I got a combo, right? He pulled out a cash stash for this big for must be one $8 combo. He want me like him, you see? So men do these things to themselves. Some of them they just want you to see, I get money,
So why he take you to McDonald's if that's the case? I don't understand that one.
She wanted to go to McDonald's.
I was scared. My spirit is strong. The minute I reach in the car, I say, "Shawnee, be careful." I couldn't turn around. So I said, "Anyhow, let me call this a date." And I say, I want to go right to McDonald's, and I drive around and I start talking to him. And I was just so afraid. He wanted to go to the big popping places, but I didn't want to go because I didn't want to stay with me.
Hold on, let me ask this question. Yusuf, listen to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you go to the date, right, and you meet this first time, I'll talk a little time on the phone, but this is your first date, and y'all go to a restaurant out west, nothing too high end, but a average restaurant out west. Y'all ordering the food, and while she's ordering the food, she tend to order some other, like 2 other plates, and she says for 2 children at home. Would you get offended? Would you feel some type of way if she ordered her food, and she ordered additional food for her kids? Now she didn't ask you beforehand; she just went ahead and ordered it, and I guess she assumed that you would pay. How would you feel? Would you pay for it, or would there be a second date?
I would pay for it because once I out with a person and I agree to meet up at a certain place, I'm responsible for them as a man or as a person who initiated the date. You understand? Right. You have to know the plan. I can't invite somebody out to Great Cliff.
Okay, yeah, okay,
And
we
when
get
they
that.
order
But
a steak,
how do you feel about that?
and when they order a steak and they run up a $500 tab, I get upset. You understand what I'm saying? But I would pay for it, but I wouldn't go with that person again.
Okay.
Yeah, you like
And
the
then again,
guy with $100. We ain't talking no more. That's it for you, boo.
exactly right.
Yeah.
You just move on. But like I
Yeah.
say, as a man, that's why I said, as a man, you have to know how to take the lead. You have to plan and prepare the date. You have to know who you dating, where you going, and you know. That's why I agree.
Yeah, you plan.
That's why I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I agree. I agree in having conversation. I believe in going social activities. You go to shoot pool. You go to the gym and exercise. You could meet for a drink. You could meet for happy hour. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be with go. See, when you say date, it don't have to be with a restaurant.
You say she don't want to do all that. She want to eat first.
But that right there's a turn off if she don't want to do all that, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't go for that person.
You don't know how much that has hurt my core to hear a woman want to eat. Because somebody came to me and told me that a survey said that's like a high percentage of why women go out on date. And he was saying it to me as if I wanted to eat. And I was like, sir.
Yeah, I think,
you know what? I'm
sorry. They do foodie calls or something like that.
We differ here because let me tell you, the quickest way to get me out on a date.
No,
it
was a necessity. Like,
no, but I was just gonna say, like, now personally, even though I'm saying that, like me personally, I treat myself. Yesterday, I went out with a friend to a restaurant, and this man, okay, I'm gonna pay for it. And when me and her, the bill come up to like almost $200, it's like, damn, why I say I had to pay? So I don't have no problem with me doing it. But the quickest way to get my hip out, now, honestly, what did somebody say for it? Yeah, I'll be there.
I love to eat and I love to treat myself, and I take myself to a lot of good places. But there are men that really believe women are hungry.
Oh,
and
no.
Yes, how he was saying it to me as if I was starving. I was starving, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, well, as I said, some men believe because they carry a woman out to a nice restaurant, that means that they become entitled. And that's just not accurate. You leading with your wallet.
Yeah. Free things cost you more. Pay your money.
Yeah, let me change it.
Yeah, we all agree on that. Yeah.
Sometimes we want more though.
That is true. It's the best.
I'd be like Oliver Twist with a bowl more, please.
Yeah.
But
anyway, we done been on this thing now. It's 9:36. I think it's time for us to wrap it up. Johnny, you don't have any more questions, right?
I have no more questions. The only thing I would say is when it comes to relationships, communicate. Don't lead with your wallet. And women, don't get fly out if you ain't want to free up.
Yeah.
And join us live next week, Thursday at 8:00. That's what I have to say.
Touching one.
Thank you. I got you.
Well, you know, Shawnee, let's just be the submissive women. I don't have anything else to say. Just let the men take us out.
Master, leave. Master.
That's good. I like that.
What? Lord, oh gosh.
Watch my feet with y'all hair. There you go.
What's that?
Nothing.
He going to what that is Martha.
Yeah, watch
when Jesus came and she was washing the feet, and then one was saying, "You are here." Yeah, see, y'all, you know, I've been to Sunday school. I got y'all.
I surprised. Go ahead, Stanya.
Yeah, you ain't know I've been to Sunday school. I know a little something.
Yusuf, you have a motorbike?
No, I think you took us out already.
All right.
You know something? Johnny trying to be funny because does he keep coming with this little motorbike thing? Come, let's come off this because he look like he want to talk people business. Y'all have a good night. Yeah?
Good night. Okay. Good night. Take care. I enjoyed the conversation.
Disgusting self.